Welcome to this instruction video on DuoSoft field, and in this video I will be demonstrating to you how to calculate the coordinates of an intersection point using DuoSoft field. So I'm going to start up the DuoSoft field app now. Okay, I will confirm the name and I'll select job. Okay, so for this demonstration I'll also be working on this job here, which is the current job called calcs. This is the job that I'll be using for my calculations. Okay, I'm going to select OK, select map and info, and select control points. So these are control points that I have imported into this job. Okay, so if I go back to the job menu and go back to the main menu, I'll be able to select the geometry function. Okay, so the geometry function is also available in other surveying modes, whether you are doing leveling or you are doing surveying of collecting points or doing stakeout. You'll be able to select the geometric function and do surveying computations. Okay, so let me select geometry. So for this demonstration, I will be demonstrating how to calculate the coordinates of an intersection point. So I'm going to select intersection. Okay, so the way this works is that you have two known points and you want to find the coordinates of a third point, but you're not able to set up over the third point, but you're able to observe that point. So you will set up over the two known points, observe to that point, and from that data you want to calculate the coordinates of that point. And this is what I'm going to demonstrate to you how to do. Okay, so in DuoSoft World you can do it in two ways: by selecting the two known points from the points that you have imported into the job, or by simply putting in the coordinates of those points directly and calculating the coordinates of the intersection point. Okay, so I'm going to start up with the one where you just select the points and then do the calculation, and then I'll do the one that you put in the coordinates manually secondly. Okay, so for this calculation I'll be using control points, and the control points that I'll be using is this control point here, OCC, and the other point I'll be using for this illustration is point 2. Okay, so I've selected my 2 points. So now the data that I need is the bearing direction, or the horizontal angle, from the point OCC to my intersection point, and the bearing direction or horizontal angle from my second point P2 to my intersection point. Okay, so from the data that I have compiled, I was able to get some direction data. So for this example, the bearing direction from the control point OCC to my intersection point for this example is 89 degrees, 29 minutes and 49 seconds. So you should also note that I'm putting in this bearing direction in degrees, minutes and seconds, and if you look here, when it illustrates how the bearing direction must be entered, it's the degrees, space, minutes, space, and the seconds, and that's how I've inputted my bearing angle here. Okay, so for the second point P2, so the bearing direction from P2 to my intersection point is 259 degrees, 55 minutes and 52 seconds. Okay, so this is all the data I will need: the bearing direction from the first control point, of the first starting point, to my intersection point, and the bearing direction from my second point to my intersection point. And then when I've put in all this data, all I have to do is select calc, and DuoSoft will calculate for me the coordinates of the intersection point. So that's how we do that the first way. Okay, so what I can do is I can save that point, We'll call it int1, so that's intersection 1. I can save it as a collection point or a control point by selecting either. So I'm just going to leave it as a collection point and then select save, and just like that my point is saved. Okay, so let's talk about the second way where I have to put in the coordinates manually. So what I have to do now is I have to select coords on this box, on this circle here, and on that second here. So that way the starting point and the ending point will be entered in manually. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so for this example, the coordinates of my starting point, okay, I'll use, okay, this example. So let's take this coordinate 52998.208. That's my y coordinate, and my x coordinate is 376.005.394. Okay, that's my first point, and my bearing direction to my intersection point is 181 degrees 28 minutes and 0 seconds. Okay, so the coordinates of my second point will be 53274,655, and the x coordinate is 376,129,487. Okay, so these are the coordinates of my second point, and the bearing direction from the second point to my intersection point is 192.4259. Okay, so when I've put in all this data, all I have to do is select calc, and the coordinate of my intersection point is calculated, and I select save. I'll select whether to save it as a collection or in control point, and then put in a name, and then save my point. And just like that, I have calculated and saved the coordinates of my intersection point. And that, in short, is how you calculate the coordinates of an intersection point using DuoSoft field. Thank you.